With your first news at 5 Sports, here's Ben Dacu.
7 years ago, the Philadelphia Eagles won their first Super Bowl as Carson Wentz watched from the sidelines. Today, Wentz returns to the Super Bowl as a backup to face his former team. A lot can change in 7 years. Wentz is no exception. His health is part of that, but there's a bit more to it than that.
Last time I was here, I was in a knee brace and a walking cane and all that stuff. So I'm in a uniform now this year, so that's at least a bonus. It looks different again, but it's definitely a blessing. It's hard to get to this point. It's a big reason why I chose to sign here this offseason was because I wanted to win. I wanted to be a part of a winning team, a winning organization, and from the outside looking in, that was pretty clear.
This is not the same Carson Wentz from Super Bowl 52. In many ways, he's grown.
Got 3 little girls now. I got a family. I bounced around, lived a lot of different places. But I understand the game to a totally different level. I understand the business side of things to a totally different level. And I think it's also something I don't take for granted. In your second year, you just kind of naive and just think, okay, we'll be back. We'll be back. This is going to be like a yearly thing, all that stuff. And if you'd have told me where I'm at this point, when I was there 7 years ago, I'd have said, you're crazy. But here we are. And so it's something, I can't take it for granted.
The Super Bowl is scheduled to kick off at 5:30 on Fox. We'll have the highlights at 10. My full interview with Wentz can be found on KFYRTV.com. Bismarck State softball played today. In Game 1, they tied with North Dakota State College of Science 5-5. In Game 2, BSC gets the win. Mystics beat Dawson 7-5. Both games were played up in Minot. Bismarck State plays next in Jamestown on Friday for another meetup with the Wildcats. Williston State women's basketball wins by 30 over Lake Region. Allison Coons had 31. Since being forced to forfeit 2 games, the Tetons have won 6 straight. The BSC women beat Dawson 82-78 on the road. Harris Beauchamp with 38 points today. That's a career high for her. The DC Bottineau women get a win over ND-SCS. Close one in Bottineau. Jacks win by 4. Amari Butler leads the way with 36 points. The Teton men needed overtime to do it, but they get a win at home against the Royals as well. Lumberjack men with a close win as well. They beat NDSCS. Sean Armstrong pots 21 points. In men's hockey, out in Devil's Lake, DC Bottineau beats Lake Region 4-1. Riley Opperud scored twice in the victory. That's 7 straight wins for the Jacks. In men's wrestling, the visiting Wolves win 27-13 over Minot State. 3 straight NSIC losses for the Beavers. So, here we are again. The Kansas City Chiefs going for their 3rd Super Bowl win in a row, something that has never been done. The Green Bay Packers have the last three-peat in NFL history all the way back in the 1960s. Yet the first title of the said three-peat wasn't a Super Bowl. It was an NFL championship. Tonight, the Philadelphia Eagles stand in the way of history, and I'm picking them to win. We'll be right back after this.